Welcome to online class Standard 7 Term 2 History Unit 1 Vijayanagar and Bahmani Kingdoms. Learning objectives from this lesson: to know the circumstances that led to the rise and expansion of Vijayanagar and Bahmani Kingdoms. To familiarize ourselves with the administration, military organization and the economic life during the time of their region. Third point, to know the contribution of Vijayanagar and Bahmani rulers to literature, art and architecture. Now I am going to tell about the small introduction about Bahmani and Vijayanagara kingdoms. The political condition of India in the 14th century provided their great opportunity to rise of new kingdoms in southern state. Then the two important kingdoms were flourished on the 14th century, namely Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. They were the two important kingdoms of a southern state. They flourished during the time of 14th century. The Bahmani kingdom spread all over the Maharashtra region, partly over Karnataka. It was laid foundation by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The rise of many independent states in southern India. They ruled 18 monarchs. Nearly how many years they ruled? 180 years they ruled. In the 16th century, they collapsed and split into 5 important sultanates, namely Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, Bidar and Berar. Then who laid the foundation for the Bahmani kingdom? Muhammad bin Tughlaq. What are the important 5 sultanates in 16th century? Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, Bidar and Berar. Who laid foundation for that Vijayanagara kingdom? Harihara and Bukka. Then next one is the Vijayanagara rulers were nearly 200 years they ruled in the southern state of India. Then later in 1565 in the battle of Talikota they conflict with each other, Bahmani and Vijayanagara kingdom. The Vijayanagara kingdom came to an end. Next one is a foundation of Vijayanagara empire. Foundation of Vijayanagara empire. The Vijayanagar, the city of victory. The Vijayanagara was known as the city of victory. It was laid foundation for 2 important brothers, Harihara and Bukka. Then the Vidyaranya, the tutor of his Harihara and Bukka, he was also gave the help to the laid foundation for Vijayanagara empire. So for his honor, the Vijayanagara kingdom, first it was known as a Vidya Nagara because of their teacher name is a Vidyaranya. So in his name Vidya Nagara, it was known as a Vijayanagara kingdom later. Then the 4 important kingdoms were flourished during the time of Vijayanagara kingdom. One is Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravidu dynasties. The fertile region between the Krishna and Tungabhadra, the Krishna Godavari delta, it was very fertile area and wealthy area. So they wanted to conflict with each other, Bahmani and Vijayanagara kingdom. That was the main reason why that Bahmani kingdom and Vijayanagara kingdom conflict with each other, because that area is a very fertile area, very fertile region, which area include for that Krishna river and Tungabhadra and Krishna Godavari delta. So they conflict with each other to wanted to capture that fertile region. Next one is a Krishna Devaraya. Who was a Krishna Devaraya? He was a laid foundation for that Krishna Devaraya, he laid foundation for Vijayanagara kingdom. He was also ruled nearly how many years? 20 years he ruled in his state. After that conflict with the Bahmani kingdom, he ascended the throne. His main aim and achievement was to capture for the Gulbarga state. His main target was to wanted to capture Gulbarga, and he wanted to came to an end with Bahmani Sultan Muhammad Shah, and he was captured and imprisoned by his minister Krishnadevaraya. Later he was released. The next one is Krishnadevaraya was not only for a administrator, he was not only for a great king, he was also a great builder. Krishnadevaraya was a great builder. He built a huge irrigation tanks and harvesting rainwater. He built a famous temple of Krishna Swami, Hasara Ramaswamy and Vithala Swami temple, the capital city of Hampi. The next one is he distributed the wealth he gained in wars to all the major temples of South India. He constructing for that protection for temple gateways like Gopurams called Raja Gopuram in his honor. This is also Vithala Swami temple built by Krishnadevaraya. Next one is he also give that importance for that trading also. He built not only for a builder, he was not only for a king, he was also a trader also. He a large number of horses from Arabia and Iran came in ships to Vijayanagara ports for the western coast. He also maintained friendly relationship with the Portuguese, the Arabian traders, with increased the empire's income for through the customs also. Next one is a pattern of literature, art and architecture. Then Krishnadevaraya patronized art and literature also. The 8 important scholars were adorned in his court. They were known as Ashtadik Kajas. Include that 2 important persons were adorned the court. One is Allasani Bettanna. He was a greatest among of all among them. Then another notable figure was Tenali Ramakrishna. The next one is a Battle of Talikota and decline of Vijayanagar. Battle of Talikota, I am already told. In the Battle of Talikota in 1565, the Bahmani and Vijayanagara kingdom fought against with each other in the Battle of Talikota. Then in this battle later, the Vijayanagara kingdom was defeated. The Vijayanagara kingdom came to an end. Next, Aravidu dynasty. Ramaraya was killed on the battle and his brother Ramaraya managed to escape and Tirumala Deva Raya escaped and he laid foundation for Aravidu dynasty. Next one is a Vijayanagara administration. State. Kingship was a hereditary method. They follow the hereditary method for their kingship. The next one is a structure of governance. What are the structure they are using for their governance? The empire was divided into different mandalams. Nadu, Satallas. Satallas were finally divided into gramas or villages. Each provinces was administered by the governor called Mandaleswara, who were known as Mandaleswara. If the provinces were administered by the governor is called Mandaleswara. The lowest unit of the administration was the village. Each village have the Grama Sabha. Gauda was a headman of village, looked after the affairs of the village, which is known as the lowest unit. Village is the lowest unit. The next one is The army also consisted for the infantry, cavalry and elephant crops. The army was modernized and Vijayanagara army began using for that modernized army in southern India. The next one is economic condition of Vijayanagara kingdom. The Vijayanagara empire was one of the richest state known as the world. Several foreign travelers also came to visit in that Vijayanagara kingdom in 16th and 14th century. They left behind giving the accounts for the splendor of wealth and glories of Vijayanagara empire. So many foreign travelers came to in our country and they gave that account for that glorious kingdom of Vijayanagar. The emperors issued a large number of gold coins. It was known as or called Varahas. Next one is agriculture. Then Krishnadevaraya gave the importance for agriculture also. It was the policy of rulers to encourage the agriculture for the different parts of empire, following the wise irrigation policy also. Apart from that, the state were wealthy landlords and temples for the irrigation to promote for the agriculture. How we get the information for about these agriculture and trading and all? The Abdur Razak, the Persian traveler, came to in our country during the time of Krishnadevaraya's court. He gave all the collection of Krishnadevaraya's administration. Then we got the information from the Abdur Razak's account. Then during that time, Krishnadevaraya's built a huge tank and canals were constructed for the supply of water from a tank and different parts of the cities also. The city was well stocked with a variety of agricultural goods. So, how can we get the information from all these about the agricultural part of Krishnadevaraya? We get the information from the Abdur Razak. The Persian emissary came to in our country and gave the account about Krishnadevaraya. Not only for the agricultural, then cottage industries also gave the importance during the time of Vijayanagar. Cottage industries like numerous cottage scale industries, most important part of the textile, mining, metal work, graft work also gave that importance during that time. And how can we get the information from the Abdur Razak's account? Next one is a trade. During the Vijayanagara period, the Vijayanagara empire also gave the importance for the trade also. They trade contact with goods such as silk from China, spices from the Malabar region and precious stones from Burma. Vijayanagara trade with Persia, South Africa, Portugal, Arabia and Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka, China also. The next one is a contribution to literature. How they give that importance or contribute for their literature. Under the pattern of Vijayanagara rule, the religious as well as secular books were written during the different languages like Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil. Krishnadevaraya also wrote Almugda Malyada, an epic in Telugu. He was also a great writer in Sanskrit drama Jambavati Kalyanam. It was also written by Krishnadevaraya, which was known as an epic in Telugu epic Almugda Malyada. It was written by Krishnadevaraya. Not only for that, the great drama in Sanskrit, it was also written by Krishnadevaraya. It was known as a Jambavati Kalyanam. Then Tenali Ramakrishna. Tenali Ramakrishna was a great person in this court of Vijayanagara empire. So, the next session we will continue the second part, student. Thank you very much.